For you that it was your last game, and what are your emotions like right now?
I'm happy that we could go out victorious. The whole last game thing hadn't really hit me yet. It almost never does. Until a couple weeks after. But I'm just proud of this team. I'm still a part of this team as of right now, and you know I'm so happy and so blessed that we were able to fight for 60 minutes and come out on top. It was big getting to 10 wins this year, and no one really gave us too much of a chance, and I'm so happy we were able to prove a lot of people wrong.
In that regard, with what you accomplished, do you think about it now, but kind of what your class and what this team this year has done to push LSU forward and for the future?
Yeah, we definitely took the next step. You're not going to go from a 6-6 team into a national champion. It takes steps, it takes time. It takes development of leadership and just always taking a step in the right direction. And 10 wins is a step in the right direction for this team. We hadn't won a big bowl like this in a long time. And again, I'm happy and I'm very proud of this football team.
As far as tonight's game, did you see the hit on Joe?
I saw it on the replay, but on the field I was chasing after the corner.
What did you guys say to each other after that hit? What was your first thought after that hit?
To be honest, on the sideline, if that doesn't make you mad, I don't know. If that doesn't get your butt in gear, I don't know what will. A cheap shot on your quarterback, that should get someone's butt in gear. There should be a high sense of urgency on that sideline whenever that happens.
Did you guys feel that? Do you feel like, obviously you played well and executed a little bit better, but do you feel like that pushed you as well?
Absolutely. It absolutely did.
What did you see from Joe today as far as, his performance and him stepping into a next gear?
I saw resilience. I saw leadership, just mastery of our offense and the quarterback position for what we do. He missed a couple of throws. He missed one or two high, but he played a great game. He played a fantastic game, and he led this offense the whole way. He led us all year. Through the off season, when he was a fresh face. He was still leading as much as he could, and that's important for a team that you have a quarterback who has the locker room and has a lot of leadership qualities like Joe does, and we're obviously blessed to have him. And
knowing his competitiveness, that hit actually make him want to play better at that point, you think?
It definitely could have, yeah.
It doesn't sound like you're surprised that he came returned from a hit like that and played.
Not at all. That's his character. That's him as a competitor. He fights to the bitter end, and he's going to do it until he doesn't have a pulse. And that's just him. And it'll always be him. Wherever he's at in life. As a football player, as a father, as a student. He's a great leader and shows a lot of resilience and a lot of fight and a lot of character, and I'm blessed to be on his team.
I remember you said a couple weeks ago when you guys were starting practice, bowl practices are a little more fun because you're not necessarily installing, you're tuning things up, maybe putting a couple new things in. Was this a result of that, of you guys just having that growth all season and knowing what this offense can do?
Yeah, it's always nice to, obviously we have the offense in place and we know the plays we like, we know what we're good at, we know what we're not, we know what we have to fine tune. But I'm so happy that we were able to come on such a nice bowl trip and to such a nice venue and come out on top. All that's nice, a free Xbox is very cool, a nice backpack, cool clothes, that's all very nice. But obviously it's all for naught if we don't come out victorious. You don't remember it fondly, and I'm glad we were able to.
You got that Senior Bowl coming up, but how do you feel like you'll be thinking about just your career in the days leading up to that?
I'm going to be training, and I'm not going to give it too much thought. I have a tentative schedule in place, but for right now, I'm going to celebrate with my teammates and then implicate the 24-hour rule, and then move on to trying to get bigger, faster, stronger for the Senior Bowl, and then hopefully the Combine, and then hopefully the NFL.
You talked about toughness with this team. It's something you can't really coach or teach. You either have it or you don't. This team seemed to have a lot of it today with the adversity they faced.
I mean, absolutely, yeah. You said it very well. You know, I mean, this is a tough team. You know, Coach O's favorite word for this team is gritty. You know, I mean, when you're a head coach and you've coached in a lot of different places and you've done a lot of different things, you remember years, you remember teams, you remember certain times by probably singular words. You know, and for Coach O, it's gritty, and that speaks testaments to this football team. You know, we're talented, we're young. But we fight, and we know how to fight, and we fight incredibly well. We always fight like our backs are to the wall, and I love that about this team.
Was that hit on Joe a bit of a wake-up call for the team, too? Did it get you guys fired up?
I mean, if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will. You know, I mean, quarterback takes a nasty hit, an illegal hit to the head, and he pops up. He doesn't give him any satisfaction about the hit. You know, I'm really happy for him, and I'm really happy that he fought with us, because obviously he was a key component to our success in this football game.
Foster, can you just speak to the accomplishments of this team? I think you played 8 ranked opponents. You had some tough road trips. Some people didn't have high expectations for you. Just how will you reflect back on winning 10 wins and winning a Fiesta Bowl and finishing in the top 10?
You know, I'm just proud of this team. I'm really proud of this team, and when a lot of guys picked us to not win too many games, I mean, Coach O tells us to block out the noise, but I mean, you see it on Twitter, you know, I mean, everyone's going to retweet it and you're going to read it, obviously. I mean, I know I did, and I'm not going to lie about that. You know, I saw our preseason projections, but all we could do is go out and try to prove you guys wrong. You know, and that's our job. Your job is to predict, and our job is, you know, to try to win more than you predict us to win, you know. So I'm really happy to be on this team and happy to have the role that I do, and I'm really proud of us.
What can you say about your defense, piecing that together somehow, some way to hold those guys down like they did?
Yeah, I mean, you ought to know. I mean, Coach Rand is going to do a great job with game plan and scheme, and you know, we have, I mean, regardless of who's playing, we have one of the best defenses in the country, no matter what. And I'm really proud of how a lot of guys stepped in. You know, a lot of guys who used to play offense stepped in and, you know, shut some guys down. You know, obviously we needed some plays there, and they broke some big plays, but, you know, that's football, and that's going to happen. And so just to come out with a win, you know, it speaks to the 120 men on this football team, going from the starting quarterback to the look squad, long snapper. You know, I mean, everyone has a role, and everyone's role is equally important.
You think Joe Burrow and this passing game are just getting started? You think next year it's just going to get better and better?
I mean, from roaming with quarterbacks for a long time, you know, a big thing about obviously the quarterback-wide receiver relationship is timing. You know, it's always timing, and it's the timing of the receiver's route, and that's why it's practiced so much. That's why we're always doing so many routes on air. You know, it's not necessarily, you know, to try and get the route better, get the throw better. You're just trying to get the timing better and have a better understanding of the relationship between those two. And absolutely, I mean, I think Joe's going to get more comfortable. You know, I mean, you saw him progress throughout the season and just get better, and he did incredibly well for us in a lot of games. And I mean, yeah, I think it's only up from here for Joe.
Greedy Williams kind of took to Twitter to share his opinions on, you know, we have too much talent, we need to be airing the ball out. What does it mean to you that there's that kind of bond, that he's moved on, he's going on with his future, but he cares about what y'all are doing?
I mean, that's Greedy, you know. I mean, that's Greedy Williams. That's who he is. You know, he's a Tiger at heart, and he always has been, and he's a brother of ours. And obviously, we wish we could play with him. You know, I mean, we wish he would have came back, but we support his decision always, no matter what he would have done. And I'm happy for him, and I wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. I think a lot of things will work out for Greedy. I mean, he's a hard worker. He's a heck of a football player, and I can't wait to see what happens for him.
Foster, how are you guys able to control the clock so much and yet throw the ball so much? So, you know, and a lot of big plays, but yet you guys lose like 3-1 at the time of the day.
You know, they're a tempo offense. We've been practicing that for 3 weeks now, them being all up tempo. You know, we probably actually could have controlled the ball better. We weren't exactly as successful as we wanted to be on first down. 1 to 2 yard gains is not the threshold for this football team, the success of this football team. But you know, I think we played exceptionally well, and I mean, time of possession is just a stat. You know, the only thing that matters to us is us winning at the end of the game. It obviously helps, but I'm really happy and really proud for this football team, proud of the way we fought.
How about Nick getting over 1,000 yards?
Awesome. I mean, it's incredibly well deserved. Guy who waited so long, just to get his shot. You know, to prove so many people wrong is so nice. You know, you ask him and he doesn't really care about it. You know, he's just happy we won. But I mean, I'm certainly happy for him.
I know everybody didn't want to. Just one more. They didn't want to be a part of the streak, but to be able to snap it, is that kind of?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, but again, it'll never be about them. You know, it's about us, and it's about us getting to 10 wins. And we wish UCF the best of luck, obviously, in their future endeavors. But I mean, we had to try to get 10 wins ourselves. You know, and that's how it goes.